Social connectedness, so important. So, why does social connectedness mean so much? Well, we've got evidence to suggest that it has a very positive impact on our health and well-being. It refers to relationships and networks we form with others. It can be family, friends, colleagues, or your local community. It's not just about the number of people in our lives, but the quality of those connections. It's one of the pillars of well-being. The evidence tells us that things like meeting with people who fill your cup, volunteering in your local community, have such immense positive impacts that we perhaps should be paying more attention to it than we have done in recent years. With the increasing amount of time we spend online in offices, at work, we have to think about how we can work in our networks and our social connectedness into this busy life that we now have. So it's about feeling understood. It's about feeling valued. It's like feeling that you are contributing to others. And it gives you a sense of belonging and purpose. The World Health Organization in 2021 recognised social connectedness as a determinant of health. And research shows that strong social networks can reduce stress, enhance resilience, and improve mental and physical health. Mental health is impacted positively. Having social isolation is a very significant risk factor for mental health, like depression, anxiety. The Harvard study spanning 85 years of well-being found that good relationships are one of the most critical factors for happiness and well-being. In terms of your physical health, the lack of social connectedness can have the same negative health effects as smoking. Smoking 15 cigarettes a day is equivalent to being lonely. And on the flip side, strong relationships improve your immune function, lower blood pressure, and reduce inflammation. Our bodies are not just this biological machine. We are an extremely well-honed, evolved organism that has feedback mechanisms to improve its likelihood of survival. And we know that socializing, being in a pack, these things are, in evolutionary terms, a positive to your survival. So a meta-analysis found that people with strong social relationships have about a 50% higher likelihood of living longer compared to those who had weaker social ties. This is a researched paper from 2010. And social connectedness enhances your community, your cohesion with your community, and resilience, giving both sort of safer and more protective environments to you on a very basic level. But it's not always that easy to feel connected to your community. Sure, we spend a lot of time online, and while technology can connect us virtually, having that face-to-face interaction, that warmth of human contact, is still extremely important. Our busy lives have us working more hours than ever before. Time constraints can limit the opportunity for real meaningful connections. But personally, often the fear of judgment, the fear of rejection can make it difficult for some people to reach out and make connections. We also have life transitions, moving, retirement, illness. All of these things can disrupt your social network, and it can take a while before you can be locked back in. So, as part of today's exercise, what I want is for you to have a good think about relationships that fill your cup. So prioritize these relationships. Dedicate some time each week to phone, FaceTime, chat, catch up over coffee with people who you really value. You know that there are friends that you have for life who are perhaps geographically removed from you, but when you see them, it's like the years just fall away. Think of a friend like that. Pick up the phone, send them a message, give them a call, grab a coffee, sit down, have a chat. If it's a community engagement that you're looking for, have a look at volunteering. It mightn't be easy initially, that first step, but things like, I know in my community in Brisbane, we have clean-up groups in our woodland space. So joining those, a community that enriches your environment. You're out in nature, you're meeting people who are like-minded, and you're improving your doorstep. Look at hobbies, cycling, running. Every city, every town has park run, has cycle groups, has walking groups. Jump online, have a little look for meetups. More often than not, it's people like yourself who are looking for that extra connection, but also wanting to do what they enjoy doing and do it in a group. When you have an opportunity to meet people, really practice active listening. Be fully present in the conversation. People will remember you as an interesting individual if you have taken that time to sit and absorb what they're saying. Not just listen till you can tell them your side of things or your exciting story, but listen to their conversation. Ask questions about their conversation. Make comments on their conversation. And not just wedge your conversation in there. Active listening. Actually enjoy the process of getting to know people, of listening to them and hearing their story. As a GP, I think one of the most beautiful aspects of my job has been getting to know patients and listening to their life stories. It's such a privilege to have people share with you their own journey. And if you can be fully present in that conversation, that the feeling, the impact you can have on that other person is beautiful. Give it a go. Give it a go today. Have a conversation with a friend or someone new and actively listen without the requirement of you telling them what's happened to you. Ask them, and how was that? And how did you feel about that? Leverage technology wisely. Look, spending a lot of time online on Facebook can look and feel like you might be seeing how everyone's going, but it's not quite the same as a video call or a message written specifically for people individually. Balance it. Balance the interactions that you have online with real connection, real picking up the phone, video calls, using technology wisely to give you a personal connection and not just one with the masses. Foster connections in places that you spend a lot of time. We spend a lot of hours working. So creating socialised activities at work, spending time getting to know your colleagues, and actually noticing when people are struggling and lending a hand. Maybe sometimes it's just listening again. And reconnect with old friends and family. Rekindle friendships with that you've put in the back burner for the last 12 months. Reach out, say hello, make the effort and feel the benefit yourself. Community is something more than just your neighbours. It can be your fitness class, it can be a workshop that you do, it can be a book club, it can be volunteering activities that you're involved in, it can be mothers groups, it can be school mums. So social connectedness is not just nice to have, it's been proven to be really useful for physical, mental and emotional health and longevity. Prioritise meaningful relationships and meaningful conversations. Start actively listening. Start leaning into conversations with loved ones and being the sounding board. Not just the person with a funny retort, not just the person with a better story than them. Take steps to strengthen connections through really listening. Reach out to communities. Look at how you can improve your social connectedness. It might be with your direct family if you're feeling a little bit estranged. Make the effort, reach out, tell someone that you love them, tell someone that you're thinking about them. Get involved in your very immediate community, your family, and get involved in your wider community. Make this next year a time of real connection. You're doing it for the good of your own community, but also for your well-being. And the impact you'll have on other people is immense. Give it a go. Try it today. Try the connection.